Dear students, class 9th, now I'm sending you paper 2 of 2017. Let's start from the beginning, the objective part. Section A. First is the Prophet ﷺ knew that tolerance is necessary for the creation of an Islamic state. Okay, there are 4 options and tolerance is the correct one. Next word is the word pagans means non-believers. Believers, non-believers. Opposite, and pagans means non-believers. The village dash dealt with injured villagers. The village midwife. Now this is out of course. The word grieved means to feel grief. Okay, the word grieved means to feel grief. A farmer bought a dash to Nasiruddin. A farmer brought a letter to Nasiruddin. The word turn down means to reject. Now this has been repeated. This was in the first paper also. The middle-aged man was dash with bill. This is out of course. Next is dash is a collection noun, collective noun. Jury is a collective noun. Here is a mistake. Collection ही यहाँ पे collective noun आएगा. Jury is a collective noun. Collective nouns are nouns. One word used for a number of people is a collective noun. So jury is the correct option. The Houston man is a great follower of. This is also out of course. Aslam walks very slowly. The word very is an adjective because it is explaining his walk very slowly. I have always had a TV in dash room in the bedroom. She comes on the bus. She comes on the bus. The flash upon the inward eyes. This is from Daffodils. It is useless to argue with someone. The correct option is with someone. The theme of the poem Daffodils is nature. Next is section B. Attempt any 6 of the following questions. All questions carry equal marks. Let's go through them. According to Allama Iqbal, how can people change themselves? People can change themselves by living according to the rules of Islam given in the Quran and the Sunnah of the Holy Prophet, and improving khudi and giving up on the bad habits. How are the thieves treated by Nasiruddin? Now Nasiruddin treated the thieves very respectfully. He told them that he was very sorry that there was nothing in his house that was worth them. That was stupid, but still. What was so special to attract the botanists? This is out of course. Why did Hazrat Usman Razana leave the mosque quietly? Hazrat Usman Razi Allah Ta'ala Anha left the mosque quietly because he wanted to do something for the problems of water, and he went out and he bought the well which was in which the water was being sold by the Jew. Which part of the village did the avalanche hit? This is also out of course. Moving on to the next page. Who was Bill and what was his profession? Out of course. This is from old book. What do you understand by selective viewing? Out of course. What is the bliss of solitude? The bliss of solitude is कि अकेले रहने में क्या खुशी है, तन्हाई में, खामोशी में क्या खुशी है. This is a question taken from the Daffodils. What is the bliss of solitude? Bliss of solitude is the peace of mind that you get when you are alone. There is silence, there is peace, and there is absolute eternity and absolute happiness when there is peace. Moving on to question C. Paraphrase any one of the following stanzas. Hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul. उम्मीद वो परिंदा है जो आपकी रूह में बैठता है. And sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. और ये वो गाना है जिसके अल्फाज नहीं है, सिर्फ म्यूज़िक है. And it never stops, और ये कभी रुकता नहीं है. इंसान उम्मीद कभी नहीं छोड़ता. This is all about hope. You never give up on hope. Hope is a thing with feathers. Here, hope is being compared to a bird that perches in the soul. Perches means to sit in the soul, that is present in the soul, and sings the tune without the words. This song is without any words and never stops at all, and this song never stops at all. This stanza has been taken from the poem Hope. I sought to hear the voice of God and climbed the topmost steeple, but God declared, go down again, I dwell among the people. Here, this is out of course, this poem is not part of your text now. Moving on, read the stanza carefully and answer the questions given at the end. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. This stanza has been taken from the poem Daffodils. Moving on to the questions. Who outdid the sparkling waves? The beauty of the daffodils outdid the sparkling waves. What were the waves doing? The waves were dancing in the wind. How did the beautiful scene affect the poet? The poet felt that he was in such beautiful a company that was giving him a lot of happiness. What is the meaning of sparkling? Sparkling means shining. Who is the poet of the stanza? The poet of this poem is Daffodils, and this stanza has been taken from the poem Daffodils. Question 5. Read the passage carefully and answer the questions given at the end. Quaid-e-Azam was at this time tired and far from well, but he had the satisfaction of knowing that the greater part of his work was done. Unka major kaam ho chuka tha. By the force of his determination and leadership, a people who had once been a small, defeated group had become the greatest of the Muslim states. This paragraph has been taken from your lesson, Kai the Great Leader. Moving on to the question answers. Which thing gave satisfaction to Jinnah? The satisfaction that Jinnah got was from the collection of these people, and his work had been done. Pakistan had been made. Jinnah's satisfaction was that Pakistan had been made. How? The people got their goal. The people got their goal with hard work, with struggle. They had to sacrifice their lives, their peace of mind, their homes, everything. According to the passage, who was a small defeated group? The Muslims were a small defeated group. But with the leadership of Quaid-e-Azam, Allama Iqbal, and many other people, they got what they wanted, and that was Pakistan. Give a suitable heading to the paragraph. Qaid's satisfaction. Translate the following into Urdu. The latest claim is of the Russians. This passage has been taken from Nasiruddin, and you have been given all the translation, but I'll still repeat it with you. The latest claim is that of the Russians who say that he was born in Bukhara. सबसे नया जो दावा है वो रशियंस का है, और वो कहते हैं कि वो बुखारा में पैदा हुए. ये कौन है? ये नसीरुद्दीन है. Whatever his place of birth, वो जहाँ भी पैदा हुए, and nationality, उनकी कोई भी कौमियत थी, might have been, the fact remains, इस बात को कोई नहीं झुटला सकता, that his anecdotes are famous all over the world, कि उनके चुटकुले पूरी दुनिया में मशहूर हैं. Part B. His greed knew no bounds. उनकी लालच की कोई हद नहीं थी. He seized his pen and began to write. उन्हें अपने पेन को पकड़ा और लिखना शुरू किया. There was shortage of bandages. पट्टियों की कमी थी. Question 7. Write a letter to your father telling him about your progress in studies. This letter we have done in this same way, the way we write letters. Examination hall, city ABC, date, coming down. Dear father, assalamu alaikum. I hope you are well. How is mother? How are my brothers and sisters? You asked in the previous letter about my studies, and now I would like to tell you about the progress that I am making in my class. The entire explanation of the progress that I am studying a lot in maths. I am practicing it daily. The science questions are hard, but I am trying to learn them. The teachers are also helping me out, things like that, and then you end the letter. Write a story with the help of the given outline, or there is a choice between a letter and a story. A hungry dog steals a piece of meat, crosses a stream, sees his reflection, takes another dog the dog thinks that there is another dog in the water, and the moral of the story is greed is a curse. The dog becomes greedy and he opens his mouth to bark, and the piece of meat falls inside the water. He does not know that the reflection in the water was his own. There was no other dog, and that's how he lost the piece of meat. Question 8. Translate the following into English. लड़के बहुत ज़्यादा शोर मचा रहे हैं. Why is it a question? क्या लड़के बहुत ज़्यादा शोर मचा रहे हैं? Are the boys making a lot of noise? या लड़के बहुत ज़्यादा शोर मचा रहे हैं? The boys are making a lot of noise. वो बमुश्किल से गुजारा करता है. He barely meets his ends. सूरज गुरूब हो चुका था. The sun had set. आज मौसम शदीद गर्म है. It is very hot today. आपकी घड़ी में क्या वक्त है? What is the time in your watch? उसका सांस फूला हुआ है. He was breathless. नेकी कर दरिया में डाल. Do good and forget. मौत का इलाज नहीं. Death has no ailment. No, death has no cure. Death has no cure. Now I've done paper number 2017 with you. Go through all these papers. There is repetition, but your book is of new course. There are new chapters. Go through the entire course, read the lesson, and revise all the question answers, and best of luck.